Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today we have the Mudita Kompakt version 1.4. I am very excited about this device and I always recommend it to people that want a boring screen and a minimal experience. And if you want to have some extra added benefits, you can do that at your own discretion. So I definitely appreciate this device. But what I appreciate most is when companies decide to give more value to their customers. And today Mudita has finally released version 1.4, which allows you to create groups for group text messaging. So a lot of people have been asking for this. They have been saying like, hey, we want to have the ability to use group text messaging without having to sideload different applications with using what you have given us. And now you can do that. So as you see right here, it says MMS at the top, and that allows you to receive and send group text messages. If you don't want that, you can still have the ability to not do group text messages by going into the settings and disabling that. But now you do have the ability to at least send it and have that in there. 1.4 has also brought other benefits, which is in the music one and the eReader applications, they can be most noticed. So the first one, now you have a widget that you can control the music from the lock screen. But also you have something very good, which is playlist and folder management. You have the ability to put all of your albums in different folders. And also playlist, you can select whichever tracks you want from your phone and they will play on that specific playlist. So whether you want to put an audiobook list or maybe a few podcasts or whatever it is, now you have that ability and it is very good. I actually appreciate that because you have more management instead of only having one list of songs, which is what we used to have. Now we have the ability to use playlists and folders and have a little bit more organization when it comes to that. There are other improvements as well, just stability improvements overall. You also have the eReader. You have the ability to search and you can open the book. You can read. There are some extra things specifically for the eReader version. Like, you have more go to the beginning, go to the end, find different chapters on the different parts. And this allows you to kind of like restart your progress. And there are some indicators that will tell you now whether you have finished the book or not. So for example, here we'll open up Hegel's Phenomenology of the Spirit from Project Gutenberg. And let's say we go all the way to 100%. We read it, right? So now it says right there, hey, you have read the Phenomenology of the Being of the Spirit, from Hegel, and you haven't read Crime and Punishment or, The Birth of Tragedy. So you have better indicators here that allow you to get some of this information. And of course, the screen refresh rate is still not adjustable. So it is still a little bit on the slower side, but, that is kind of normal with e-ink. It is still pretty readable and the screen is quite crisp. So that is not a problem, but it's just going to be a little bit on the slower side, especially for the e-reader side of things. All of the other applications are less intensive or less demanding, and it's going to be opening quite faster, for you to use it. So I like that. I like that the company is deciding to listen to the feedback and make the device better. You had an improvement in version 1.2 of the maps. And now you have an improvement over the music and hopefully in the future, an improvement over a couple of the extra features that people have been asking for. There are other under the hood improvements, stuff like that is more on the stability side, for refresh rates, accessibility settings are back, but you have the ability now to navigate through them, getting some of that control, audio balance, and there is improve reliability of the fingerprint scanner as well. So there are a lot of improvements that have come as a result, and this has, been one of my top 5 recommendations this year and continues to be one of my top 5 recommendations because, again, now it has that ability to, kind of like have smart notes. That's another thing that they added. It automatically bolds the first area and then you can create something else. So this device, again, is just getting better and better. And I really appreciate Mudita, number one, listening to the feedback. Number two, implementing some of this stuff and making the device an even better value when it's already a good value, but now you have an even faster, more dependable software operating system, and you probably will have to rely a little bit less on side-loaded applications. You still have the ability to side-load applications, so if you want to do that, the boring screen will help. And the e-ink screen, again, is one of my favorite ones. And I don't say boring in a pejorative way or like a bad way. I say it in a positive way. I say like, hey, this is not as, super hijacking your brain. So it's actually good for you. So hopefully you have questions for this. The offline plus remains intact. So if you want to disconnect, you can disconnect with a toggle. Again, one of my favorite devices this year, and definitely going to be a stronger contender into the new year with all of these updates and upgrades that they're making for the device. Hopefully this was helpful. And if you have any questions or any concerns or anything that you want to know, you can put it in the comments below and I'll be interacting with you guys. I think it's still a great value and it will continue to become an even better value for the upcoming year with new updates that are to come. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.